Who would have thunk it? I'm a 8th grade dropout, 9th grade. I left school early. You know, my mom, I'm sure I worried her a lot, you know. Me and my bro worried her a lot, you know, early on, not knowing what we wanted, but we didn't want to become nothing. We wanted to be something and, you know, I didn't know what my future would hold. There was a little hope that came in that darkness.
Along came my son Nas, you know. I just felt like a king was born.
Hot off the press of Ren's latest Fred Again retake, quickly followed by his Jungle and Police one, Ren hinted at a Nas treatment would be up next. Ren also recently said that he has more than 1,000 unreleased songs buried on a hard drive, which made my cloud connection shudder. I hope he has backed those babies up, and if not, I'd recommend this 14 digital terabyte Nas storage device available from your local friendly online bookseller cum global dominating marketplace monopoly website. Haha. That was just a little IT joke there. And you don't have to go with Amazon. Other bloodsucking parasites are available. Ren has since scheduled his premiere and the video title is Ren, Half Time, Nas Retake. So that tells us that this is unlikely to be a mash-up, but instead will probably focus on that one song Half Time, perhaps with a few original Ren bars in there too. Or maybe, just maybe, he'll take Nas' instrumental and add completely new lyrics from start to finish, paying homage to a variety of hip-hop legends as he wanders the streets of Calgary, footloose and free. We'll find out soon. But first let's take a look at the original artist, and see if we can figure out some of the reasons why he means so much to Ren.
Every rhyme was like the best shit I ever heard in my life.
8, 9, 10 years old, we're talking about the devil and God. Ain't nobody was really rhyming like that back then.
How many people have Illmatic? 1, 2, 3.
Illmatic was the new beginning of rap.
It was like living a hustler's life through poetry.
That was a genius at work.
Nasir bin Olu Dara Jones was born in the Brooklyn borough of New York City in 1973, and is better known by his stage name Nas. Rooted in East Coast hip-hop, he is widely regarded as one of the greatest rappers of all time. In 2012, The Source ranked him second on their list of the top 50 lyricists of all time. In 2013, Nas was ranked fourth on MTV's Hottest MCs in the Game list. About.com ranked him first on their list of the 50 greatest MCs of all time in 2014, and a year later, Nas was featured on the 10 best rappers of all time list by Billboard. But where did he start out? Nas' father is jazz and blues musician Olu Dara, who was originally a musician in the Navy and then went on to have a successful career playing cornet, guitar and singing, in a variety of bands immersed in African American tradition, playing an eclectic mix of blues, jazz, and storytelling, with tinges of funk, African popular music, and reggae.
Why do I love you? Remember that dress you used to wear? That cotton dress? I told you it was beautiful, so beautiful.
His father's musical background exposed Nas to a diverse range of music genres and artistic expression from a young age, laying the foundation for his own musical aspirations. To begin with, Nas called himself Nasty Nas, but before that, he initially performed under the alias Kid Wave, inspired by his love for surfing and the nickname, Wave, given to him by friends. Not so nasty after all then. And talking of friends, on May 23, 1992 Willie Ill Will Graham was gunned down in the Queensbridge projects. Ill Will was Nas' best friend, neighbor and DJ back when Nas was Kid Wave.
I had a friend, a real friend, William Graham. We called him Will. We used to play around and make music when we was young. Me and Will, we'd make tapes and stuff like that and play them for our friends. We look forward to getting together and making tapes.
Willie lived right upstairs. He was like my surrogate son also. I had another way of looking at the world. And the combination of the two, their minds were like boom, like an explosion.
I used to go upstairs his crib, and he'd be baking brownies and taping videos. So one time he said it to a girl on the phone. I guess she said, "What you doing?" He said, "Just baking brownies and taping videos." And he bust out laughing. You know, I guess to him it sounded real soft. So every day he'd say to somebody, "What you doing?" Baking brownies, taping videos. Like he'd say this to everybody.
It's all I want to hear.
He made you laugh. He was all about having a good time. That's how we was. We was like two peas in a pod, you know? And we was working on music all the time. But back then it was like just playing around.
Shortly after this tragedy, Kid Wave became Nasty Nas. The song Ren is going to focus on today, Half Time, was Nas's debut solo single, released in 1992, the same year that his best friend was killed. The official video was globally blocked, so we'll have to go with a live version instead. Shall we have a listen?
I'm the one who could not wait to get here with you tonight. I'm also the one who once said hip-hop was dead. But tonight, I'm feeling like hip-hop is alive. Hip-hop is alive. Hip-hop is alive. Hip-hop is alive. Yeah, let's go. Ride, 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 ride. Over here, ride. Check me out, y'all. Check me out, y'all. Nasty Nas in your area. Yeah, about to cause mass hysteria. Check it. Yeah, yo, before blunt, I take out my fronts, then I start the front. Matter of fact, I'll be on a manhunt. You couldn't catch me in the streets without a ton of reefer. That's like Malcolm X catching the jungle fever.
In the line, that's like Malcolm X catching the jungle fever. Nas is using a clever metaphor to emphasize the absurdity or unlikelihood of Nas ever running out of weed. Malcolm X is widely known for his staunch advocacy for black empowerment, self-reliance, and resistance against oppression. Jungle fever, on the other hand, is a term often used colloquially to describe interracial romantic relationships. The phrase comes from referencing the film, Jungle Fever, directed by Spike Lee, when a character describes his interracial affair as jungle fever, an attraction born of sexualized racial myths rather than love. By juxtaposing Malcolm X, a symbol of black pride and resistance, with the concept of jungle fever, Nas is creating a vivid image of something completely unexpected or out of character. The metaphor suggests a scenario that is as improbable as Malcolm X being involved in an interracial relationship. Boasting about the amount of weed he carried feels like an early form of hip-hop flexing.
King poetic, too much flavor, I major. Atlanta ain't braver, I pull a number like a pager.
I'll pull a number like a pager. Alright, buckle up, Gen Z, and prepare to have your minds blown. So, imagine a world before smartphones, TikTok, and avocado toast. Yeah, I know, it sounds like the Stone Age, but bear with me. Back in the day, if you wanted to reach someone urgently but didn't want to actually talk to them, because, you know, human interaction and all that jazz, you'd use a little device called a pager. Think of it as a primitive form of texting, except way less fun and way more annoying. Basically, instead of sending emojis or funny cat videos, you'd type in a super cryptic message, like 911, or 143, which meant emergency, or I love you, respectively. Then you'd sit around twiddling your thumbs, hoping the person you paged would have the decency to find a payphone. Yeah, those existed too, and call you back. But here's the kicker. If you were super cool, you'd have a customized pager with a flashy design or even a funky ringtone. It was like the ultimate status symbol. People would strut around, showing off their pagers like they were the latest iPhone. And let's not forget the joy of accidentally dialing someone's pager number and then having to awkwardly explain why you butt dialed them. Ah, good times.
And I'm an ace when I face the base. 40 side is the place that is giving me grace. Now wait, another dose and you might be dead. And I'm a Nike head. I wear chains that excite the feds. Ain't a damn thing gonna change. I'm a performer strange, so the mic warmer, born the game. Nas, why did you do it? You know you got the mad fat fluid when you rhyme. Halftime. Right. I said it's halftime. Green. Right. Over here. Halftime. Right. I said it's halftime. Right. I see you back there. I see you, check it out. I said it's like that. You know it's like that. I got it him now. You never get the mic back. When I attack, there ain't an army that can strike back. So I react never calmly on a hype track. Check. I set it off with my own rhyme. Cause I'm as ill as a convict that kills for phone time. I max like a sax. I flex like sex in your stereo sense. Nas a catch wreck. I used to do it.
What did he just say? I'm as ill as a convict who kills for phone time. Wow. That bar hits hard. And then he said, when I was young I was a fan of the Jackson 5. Nas has also cited his father's jazz music and his mother's eclectic taste in music, which included artists like Marvin Gaye and Earth, Wind and Fire, as early influences on his musical development. In addition, Nas has expressed admiration for pioneering hip-hop artists such as Rakim, KRS-One, and Big Daddy Kane, whose lyricism and storytelling abilities have influenced his own approach to rap. But did you know that, like Ren, Nas was heavily influenced by books as well as music? In Nas' case it wasn't bleak dystopia, but rather the equally bleak reality of life as a black man in a society rotten to the core with racism. Nas has often cited authors like Langston Hughes, James Baldwin, and Maya Angelou as sources of inspiration for his lyrics, whose writing often captured the experiences of African Americans and explored themes of identity, racism, and social justice. Nas sees the power of storytelling in literature and incorporates elements of it into his own songwriting. Here Nas references slave ships in a nod to the horrific injustices imposed upon African Americans over the years. Music critic M.F. DeBella noted that Nas also covered politics, the state of hip-hop, Y2K, race, and religion with his own unique perspective. Nas celebrates his cultural heritage and reflects on the legacy of African Americans in songs like Bridging the Gap and I Can. He pays homage to influential figures, honors his roots, and advocates for pride and self-empowerment within the black community. In an October 2014 episode of PBS's Finding Your Roots, Nas learned about 5 generations of his ancestry. His great-great-great-grandmother, Pocahontas Little, was an enslaved woman who was sold for $830. When host Henry Louis Gates showed Nas her bill of sale and told him more about the man who bought her, Nas remarked that he is considering buying the land where the slave owner lived. Nas was also shown the marriage certificate of his great-great-great-grandmother, Pocahontas, and great-great-great-grandfather, Calvin.
Bill of sale, March 27, 1859.
This is the bill of sale for your third great-grandmother.
A receipt for a human being. Received of Benjamin Franklin Little, $830, being in full for the purchase of a Negro slave named Pocahontas. They paid $830 for my great-great-great-grandma? I got more than that in my pocket right now.
Now, Nas, when Pocahontas was purchased by Benjamin Franklin Little, she was about 14 or 15 years old.
Wow. 15 years old.
Mm.
Wow. See, this is painful now. This is like, to see that, it's like, that hurts. Yeah.
Let's see what else we can find. Now
Uh-oh, we starting to put faces to names?
That is the Carlisle Plantation.
Here Nas mentions Marcus Garvey. Garvey was a charismatic black leader who organized the first important American black nationalist movement, 1919-26, based in New York City's Harlem. Garvey's ideology was controversial as he was both a racial purist and a black separatist, whereas the establishment hoped for a self-sustaining black ecosystem within a predominantly white America. Ironically, Garvey probably wouldn't agree with how this song was used, given that the track featured on the soundtrack of a 1992 movie called Zebrahead. Set in Detroit, Michigan, the film is about an interracial romance between a white teenage boy and a black teenage girl and the resulting tensions among the characters. The song's inclusion on the soundtrack helped generate buzz for Nas's upcoming album, but probably wouldn't be met with approval from Garvey. Wow, that was great. Nas was just 16 years old when he started recording demos for fellow East Coast rapper Large Professor, who was also a member of the group Main Source. And he was 19 when this song was released, which was a huge success and served as a preview of the album to come. Large Professor then went on to produce Nas' first album Illmatic in 1994. The album received universal acclaim upon release, and is considered to be one of the greatest hip-hop albums of all time. Half Time continues to be celebrated as a classic hip-hop track and a milestone in Nas's career. Its impact on the genre and its influence on subsequent generations of artists cement its status as an essential piece of hip-hop history. I can see why Ren loves the song so much. By the way, did you notice the percussion? The drum break used in Half Time is sampled from the song It's Yours by T. La Rock, a classic hip-hop track from 1984. The drum pattern adds a dynamic rhythm to the song's production. We know from tracks like Animal Flow that this is an important part of the music that Ren creates too. And talking of our cheeky ickle sick boy, I think it's just about time to head over to his channel and check out Ren's interpretation. Let's go.
Let loose in the booth and I came to introduce the high-proof juice like like a flaming sambuca. Half-time, 3-point hoop, hallelujah. Views oblongata, severed the medulla.
Okay, so Ren's just chilling in downtown Calgary, rocking his hippie chav vibe in the streets as he does best. Already. I absolutely love this music video. Oh, that reminds me. Did you know that Nas has a number of one-take music videos? Nas has several music videos that utilize the one-take technique, where the entire video is shot in a single continuous shot without any cuts or edits. While not all of Nas's music videos follow this format, some notable examples include NY State of Mind, which features a one-take shot that follows Nas as he walks through the streets of New York City, providing a gritty and immersive visual experience. Then there's One Mic, which follows Nas as he performs the song in a dilapidated apartment building, with the camera moving dynamically around him to capture the intensity of his performance. Does all of this remind you of anyone else?
Rap without Ren is like a skull without a brain, dude. Or like a fig on it with no one to complain to. Hockey without ice or China without rice. The Bible without Christ. Vindaloo with no spice. Playing snakes and ladders with no dice. Day without night. Like Mike without an earlobe bite. I keep it tight. Left, right, fake, dodge and evade. An uppercut. Fuck 'em up in many various ways. Nefarious gaze. Moving through precarious days. When we're moving through the rubble, trouble there in my veins. Librarian brain. Pull up a barbarian slang. Performing like I'm global warming. Music making it rain.
Performing like I'm global warming. Music making it rain? I just love the similes and metaphors Ren uses. And even though this one's a pure rap track, I think it's fair to say that both Nas and Ren share an appreciation of rich musical diversity. Both artists have a wide-ranging musical palette and draw inspiration from various genres, including jazz, blues, reggae, and rock. They draw on the creativity and innovation found in different styles of music and incorporate elements of them into their own respective sounds. It's one of the things I love most about them both.
Pimping my pain, prostitute of all that's insane. Put my problems on the paper and the sales will raise. The sales will rise, pirate with the patch on his eye. Get you hooked up on the music, sailor, I.
Haha. The sales will rise as in selling more stuff, but also a double on the sailor and pirate metaphor. Very clever. As a bit of an aside, I find it very interesting how both Nas and Ren share a burning entrepreneurial spirit. Nas demonstrated entrepreneurial instincts from a young age, selling mixtapes and CDs on the streets of Queensbridge to generate income and gain exposure as an artist. This early hustle and determination would later serve him well in his music career. And despite being unable to perform due to receiving treatment in Canada, Ren has found ways to monetize his music beyond simple streaming revenue. From a multi-format album peddling a variety of almost defunct physical mediums, through a healthy and ever-growing merch line, to an active and compelling Patreon offering, Ren has ensured a steady income stream to support both his treatment and a small team of creative friends who assist him with every element of his musical endeavors.
To the music when I'm feeding them pie. That's pie rats, can't relax on the waviest guy. Like yo, rats bring the bubonic flow, move the tectonic plates when I step to the show. So cold, I know a couple people don't fuck with it. They can just suck on it, zip it then go. Thanks bro, eeny meeny miny mo. I'm shining like a diamond though, when pressure makes a rhyming diamond. This was by design, you know, an isotope, a proton and a neutron in the nuclei, and splits an atom in the fraction, a reaction. Supersize me and I supersize my order. Fries on the side, I'm a big whopping author. Big Mac, rest in peace, big, rest in peace, Mac, rest in peace, Pac, rest in peace, Pete, rest in peace, rap. We lose all the grace like that, so put respect up on their names while they still intact. That's
and there we have it. Ren calling out those rappers who have come before him, paying homage to the craft he is partaking in. It's funny because I've highlighted a lot of similarities between Ren and Nas because I think it helps us understand just why Nas has been such an influence on Ren and his music. But I do think it worth pointing out also that there are clear differences too. They grew up on different continents in different times, and Ren cannot have experienced many of the things that Nas did as an African American, such as the institutional and endemic racism that Nas describes. That being said, Ren always respects the original music that inspires him, and takes great care to show appreciation rather than appropriation. Ren himself has addressed this with regards to the rap battle culture and his time sparring with Dada. Ren is so full of respect for others that you can't help but respect him too, and his contributions and iterations to the cultures he borrows from.
Why I rap upon this beat that was deep for Nas. I might never reach the level, I'll salute with bars. I'm coming and bringing the DP, and when I ain't singing the bee's knees. What a ridiculous MC, sounds so ridiculous repeat. When I ain't spitting it properly, when in biology, no one can follow me. What an anomaly, thick shit and quick wit makes girls wet and dick stiff. I'm so tongue-in-cheek, with my tongue in your cheek, I never sleep, cause death is the cousin of sleep.
Okay, so he's being a little bit goofy, but Ren's lyrics here make me realize just how much these two artists draw on personal experiences to feed into their music. Nas frequently draws from his own life, growing up in Queensbridge and witnessing the realities of urban life. As does Ren when he raps about his parents splitting up and his physical and mental health struggles. Nas is known for his socially conscious lyrics, addressing issues such as racism, poverty, and inequality. He has spoken about the importance of using his platform to advocate for change and raise awareness about pressing social issues. And Ren does the same within his online communities, as well as working publicly with mental health charities such as Mind.
I never rest, cause sleep is the cousin of death, so save your breath. Stop the tape, press pause and eject.
Well, I absolutely fucking loved that. Old school vibes. Very chill, very cool. I don't want to end on a downer, but one thing that's just occurred to me is that, unfortunately, both Ren and Nas experienced the loss of close friends, and far too young. First Nas with his best friend Illwell, and then Ren with his dear friend Joe Hughes. Experiencing tragedy so early in their lives must have inevitably shaped their outlook on life and mortality, and we can see how this fed into the sometimes introspective and reflective nature of their music. Both artists display an incredible sense of resilience and ambition. Despite the challenges faced, they've remained determined to pursue their dreams of success in the music industry. Their childhood experiences appear to have instilled in them a sense of resilience, resourcefulness, and ambition that would help propel them to achieve success. Much love to them, and to us, their community. Take care of each other, my little street urchins. I look forward to seeing you next time. Peace.